my name is Andrea, and I work at the Pikes Peak Library District. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make a fried sweet potato ham pie. The ingredients that you're going to need are butter, flour, sugar, milk, sweet potatoes, egg, vanilla extract, oil, confectioner's sugar, and a pre-made pie crust. The kitchen tools that you're going to be using today are a vegetable peeler, a knife, a cutting board, a 1 and a 1/2 measuring cup, a tablespoon, a 1/2 teaspoon, a small bowl, a large skillet, tongs, a large pot, a mixer for your mashed potatoes, and a circular cookie cutter. So to begin our fried sweet potato mixture, we want to start by taking a sweet potato and a vegetable peeler, and we want to peel all of our sweet potatoes. After we have our sweet potatoes peeled, we're going to go ahead and dice them up in cubes. I cut 2 large potatoes and I put them in my large pot. I'm going to fill that pot with water. And you probably want to put, I would say, about 1 to 2 inches above the potatoes of water. And then you're going to bring it over to your stove. And you want to set that on medium to high heat. And we're going to allow the potatoes to boil for about 20 to 30 minutes. So now our potatoes are tender. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the stove. And I'm going to transfer our pot of potatoes and rinse them out in the sink. During this time, I'm going to go ahead and start my large skillet with oil, and I'm going to put it on medium heat. I'm going to make sure all the water is out. Grab this bowl, a mixing bowl. Pour our potatoes into the mixing bowl. So to begin our mashed potato mixture, we're going to go ahead and add 1 cup of sugar. Then we're going to add 1 large egg. And we're going to start mixing. Then we want to add 2 tablespoons of milk. Two tablespoons of melted butter. One and a half tablespoons of flour. And then half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And for the mashed potato mixture, you have about 1.5 cups worth of mashed potatoes. So we're gonna go ahead and let that mix for a little bit. So now that our mashed potato is mixed thoroughly, take a bowl set it aside. Then we want to take our pre-made pie crust and roll it out. And we're going to take the cookie cutter and we're going to cut circles out of the pie crust. So sizes may vary, and that's okay. If you want them large, you can have them large. If you want them smaller, you can have them smaller. But whatever size your pie crust is going to depend on how much filling you put into them as well. I'm going to set that pie crust aside and we're going to make it a little bit later. So now we're going to take your pie crust and we're going to add the filling. My circles are pretty small, so I'm probably going to add about half a teaspoon of filling. And this filling can make about 25 fried sweet potato pies. But then I want to take some water, dip my finger in some water, and rub it around the edges. I'm going to fold it like a taco, press firmly. And some of the filling might slip out of the sides, but that's okay. Then I'm going to take my fork and I'm just going to run it across the edges of the pie. Wiping the excess filling. And then I'll put that on a plate and I'll continue to do the rest. So I've now finished preparing all of the hand pies, and now I'm going to walk over to the stove and I lowered the heat of the oil just a little bit. And remember, we had this heat going since we started the mashed potato mixture. Now I'm going to take a pie and I'm going to slowly dip it into the oil. And we want to keep it in the oil until it's golden brown. So it looks like our hand pie is golden brown. And I'm going to let it sit above the oil for just a little bit so that it can lose the drippings. And I'm going to place it over on a plate with a paper towel. And I'll continue to do this with the rest of the pies. Now I'm down to my last batch. I'm going to flip them over. So just a few more seconds and they'll be good. And as you can tell, my other batch has been sitting on the paper towel, just soaking. Just kind of gathers up the oil that's left over. So I went ahead and I transferred the pies from the plate that was covered with a paper towel to let the excess oil run, and I transferred it onto a regular plate. And I'm gonna get the confectioner's sugar And I'm just going to slightly sprinkle it on top of the pies. You can choose to do this option or not. And that's it. There you have your fried sweet potato hand pies. I hope you enjoy.